Hi, my name is Michael Lachance. I'm an author. This is a reading of my book, Three Fools for Spies. The story is about a couple of grandmas and a guy taking a trip to Switzerland, and they end up in the possession of Russian state secrets, and they're on the run from the Russians. And so at this point in the story, they're being chased along with the agent helping them to get away from the Russians. So let's go ahead and I'll get started reading. Elliot smiled, swung himself into the car, jerked the door shut, and revved the engine. Elliot, one agent shouted and then pressed the button for his lapel mic. Echo 4, he's running. From 50 or so feet away, they stopped, aimed at the tires, and paused. Elliot, don't do it. Elliot shook his head, put the car in drive, jammed his left foot down on the brake, and floored the gas pedal. The back tires spun wildly, and smoke billowed from them. Shoot the tires, the agent said to his partner. His partner aimed at the front tire and shot. Bang! The tire went flat. Get his ass now! The back tires burned rubber furiously and spat salt and sand into the air. A red light on the dash lit up and indicated a flat. Then the tire reinflated. What the hell? The agent took aim again. Really? Tires that reinflate? Elliot let off the brake, jerked the steering wheel to the left, and took off. Blast him! The agent shot, and the rounds ricocheted off the car. 1 donut, 2 donuts, 3 donuts, and then he let go of the wheel just as the car was aimed at the exit lane. The car roared toward the exit. The hail of bullets hit the concrete parking deck, other cars, and the metal door to the lift. The agents fired shot after shot. 2 punctured the Audi's skin near the rear door, but that was it. Elliot raced to the exit, jerked the wheel to the right, and then went down the circular sloped ramp to the ground level. Call it in! The agents ran back to the exit door, hurried down 3 flights of steps, and rushed to get back to their SUV. Echo 4, he's headed out. Echo 4, copy. Drone is up and headed your way, the dispatcher said. The Audi skidded past the valet stand and then skidded around the corner out of the garage. The black SUV was right on his tail, and Elliot jammed both feet on the brake pedal. The Audi skidded to a stop. The passenger window went down. He pulled his 6-hour out and paused. 4 minutes. A few people walked by and looked at the big SUV. Excuse me, he said. The passers-by paid him no mind, so he tapped the horn. Excuse me, please move. An older, distinguished Frenchman and his wife looked at him. Can you not be so rude? The disgruntled man's accent was thick. No, I can't. Elliot brought the cig up and aimed at the SUV's tire. Move your ass! The Frenchman and his wife ducked for cover. People screamed and ran for cover. Bang! He shot out the front tire, and then he leaned up on the center console, aimed at the other front tire, and shot. Thanks! He sat back down and then floored the Audi. The wheels ripped up the pavement and smoke billowed from the back of the car. Damned Americans, the man shouted. His wife tried to comfort him. Darling, it's fine, let's just go. The 2 agents leapt from the parking garage door and ran toward their SUV. What the hell? The man looked at the 2 agents. This isn't a Western. The agents ran past the man and stopped. Damn it! They looked at the tires and then stomped around in anger. Don't suppose we have auto-inflate. The Frenchman went to say something, and then his wife pointed at the agents. They have guns, mon cher. She gulped in fear. Perhaps it's best we just go. Wait, he got her by the hand and they hurried off. Elliot sped down the mountain and then whipped around the corner onto the main road that went along the Gold Coast of Lake Zurich. Can't be on that ferry yet. The bus was at the ferry and waited behind several other cars to board. The guide got the mic in hand and said, so you can use this time to take pictures of our beautiful Lake Zurich and enjoy the crossing. He looked ahead and then back at the tourists. You're welcome to exit the bus once on the ferry and go to the 2nd level. Please be careful of other cars where you're at. Thank you. Elliot raced down the Strasse. The red Audi flew past a car, past a truck, and then past several cars at once. Move! The horn blared. Marco and his buddy waited in a car just a couple of cars behind the bus. The Russians were watching carefully. The ferry agent raised a flag that the ferry approached. The captain pulled the cord and blew the horn several times. Then the ferry docked and was tied off. The ramp came down and the cars drove off. There were lights at the ferry stop for the traffic that waited aboard. Elliot looked up the road and saw the bus. Okay, what to do? He swung out into the opposing lane to avoid a postal truck. Damn! Oncoming traffic flashed their headlights and honked their horns at him. Sorry! Elliot shouted and swerved back to the right. The light turned green and cars drove aboard the ferry. Elliot jerked around another car and then whipped into the parking lot. Have to stop the SVR from getting to her. It was then the Russians looked at each other. Marco pushed his sunglasses up the bridge of his nose, slowly pulled ahead, and then stopped. The red Audi skidded into the ferry lane, drove right up to the black BMW and hit the rear of it. The Russians were jostled. So that's the exciting part of that chapter, 3 Fools for Spies. It's available at all your book outlets, Amazon, Smashwords, Barnes & Noble, iTunes Bookstore, and what have you. It is available in paperback and ebook. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this reading, and I hope you read it. Have a good day.